תודה רבה. במסגרת הרצון שלנו ללמוד מניסיונם של אחרים, אנחנו מבקשים מגנרל לי, ג'נרל לי פליס, מדרום קוריאה, המתמודדת עם בעיות דומות.
It's a quite long day today, and I'm the last speaker. Good afternoon.
Just before our head.
Pardon?
Going to summarize.
Okay. Can I go? Okay. Good afternoon. My name is Hee-Woo, and I was a Brigadier General of Korean Air Force, and now working on the ILS Research Institute of Chungnam National University. On the way of preparation of these presentations, I found out that there is a lot of similarity between Korea and Israel. And the similarity is not only for the political and the sociological, but also historical also. For example, the Israel Independence Day is 1948, right? So exactly the same for the Korea. And today's topic is one of the similarities element between two countries. So today, I'd like to express my opinions about the status, the problems, and the direction of South Korea's air defense system regarding the missile threat by North Korea. The sequence of my presentation is here. The first, I'm going to describe the actual situation of aerial threat and the status of South Korea's air defense system now. Secondly, I will share my analysis on the problems and issues accordingly. Finally, I will cover the direction for the near future. The North Korea has developed missiles as well as nuclear weapons since 1970s as one of asymmetric warfare strategies. North Korea has already developed not only the Scud B and C missiles, which is capable of strike South Korea, but also Nodong missiles that is reached to entire area of Japan. In addition, as you can see in these pictures, they developed Mustan missiles with the striking range of military base in Guam and Daepodong 2 missiles that can travel to strike Alaska in U.S. respectively. Furthermore, it has been known that they developed Daepodong series missiles capable of striking in the U.S. mainland. It is estimated that North Korea has on or about 800 missiles. The type and the main performance of their missile is in this chart. As a short-range missile, KN-02 is a solid fuel missile and using mobile launchers. So it is very difficult to identify the origin of launching place. The Scud missile has the range of 300 to 500 kilometers, which is sufficient to strike Korean Peninsula, and also this one is using mobile launchers. The Nodong missiles, with the range of entire area of Japan, is using mobile launchers also. The Mustan missiles has the range of 3,000 to 4,000 kilometers using mobile launchers also. And the Daepodong 2 with a range of over 5,000 kilometers. Also, as one of the Daepodong missile series, Una-2 has a range of over 6,000 kilometers. And the North Korea shows the capability of development ICBM to reach to beyond 12,000 kilometers by success of launching Una-3 in December of last year. The KN-08 is believed to be underdeveloped and its range estimated to 8,000 kilometers. I'm going to mention about the long-range munition, which became quite a threat to South Korea as much as missiles. They have a 170 millimeter gun with a range of 54 kilometers and a 240 millimeter MLRS with a range of 60 kilometers. On or about 1,000 long-range munitions have been deployed along with the DMZ, and about 300 of them have been deployed to target for Seoul, depart from only 40 kilometers from DMZ. Since North Korea has threatened to launch bomb attack on Seoul, be in frames, long-range munition has become the biggest threat to capital area of Seoul. It has been known that North Korea has about 900 fighter aircrafts now. Also, the North Korea is equipped with the supporters such as IL-28, Su-25, AN-2, and some UAVs. Let's continue to the air defense system of South Korea. The South Korea has been forcing to establish Korean air and missile defense system named KAMD to counter against the growing missile threat from North Korea. As you can see in this picture, if North Korea launch the missile, it could be detected by surveillance satellite DSP, ground-based early warning radar Green Pine, and Aegis-equipped radar and E-737. The Air and Missile Defense Cell, the named AMD cell, integrates all the information and estimates the missile launching place, the direction of a missile, and the objective point. After that, AMD cell can order to intercept the missiles. Then PAC-2 battery in ground and the Aegis-equipped SM-2 can launch them by tracking with its radar, respectively. Next slide shows surveillance resource of air defense system. The South Korea has the Green Pine radar with a detection range of 500 kilometers and the Spy-1 radar with a range of 1,000 kilometers equipped in Aegis destroyer, and the control aircraft E-737 with a detection range of 400 kilometers. As the resource of U.S. DSP early warning recognition satellite, Global Hawk, and the U-2, and X-band radar with a detection range of 4,800 kilometers has been deployed. The missile defense resources of South Korea have been limited by lower-tier defense system. First of all, the Hawk and Nike are operating in partially as a very lower-tier system, and these defense systems developed in South Korea are such as Cheonma with a range of 9 kilometers, and Cheongung with a range of 40 kilometers. As a lower-tier system, we have PAC-2 and SM-2. However, these lower-tier missile defense systems are mainly to defense for aircraft and have a limitation for anti-ballistic missiles. The following chart shows South Korea's strike weapon systems. The South Korea has developed a Hyunmoo missile with ranges between 180 to 300 kilometers. Also, Cheongyong cruise missile can reach to the ranges between 500 and 1500 kilometers. And Haesung, which is ship-to-surface cruise missile, is capable within the range of 150 kilometers. Now, about 20 ATACMS missiles imported from U.S. are capable to reach 300 kilometers. As air-to-ground missiles, JDAM and the GBU-28, known as bunker busters, and AGM-142 are imported and operated in South Korea. Moving on to next, we'll talk about the problem and task of South Korea's air defense system. First, the countermeasure to long-range munition threat. Now, Seoul has been exposed to considerable threat since it is located within the range of the long-range munition. Especially, it is estimated that around 10,000 bombs per hour can hit mainly Seoul at the beginning stage of warfare. But there is no protection capability to cover this kind of attack. Therefore, at the current stage, it is inevitable to depend on the passive defense mechanism such as evacuation and dispersions. In this circumstance, I believe that it is the best way to make preemptive strike them through monitoring systems. Therefore, actively utilize the SIGINT, U.S. surveillance satellite, and the UAV. And in the case of a preemptive attack, struck by K9, MLRS, and Korea U.S. Air Force. As a point of view task in short term, upgrade of C4I system is needed for the decision making of a preemptive attack. On the other hand, Korean version of CRAM establishment for simultaneous engagement against massive attack is necessary. Next, the countermeasure to ballistic missile threats. Shortly, it is very obvious that the lack of capability to deal with the ballistic missile at current stage in South Korea. Especially, the South Korea does not have defense capabilities for KN-02, Scud, and Nodong missile with striking range of South Korea substantially. It is difficult to intercept ballistic missiles by PAC-2 and SM-2, moreover, in which are shortfall in quantity. Also, there is no defense mechanism for upper-tier defense, and it is difficult to countermeasure to mobile launcher system of North Korea. Therefore, at the present time, there is no choice of relying on the passive defense. And if North Korea use nuclear, high explosive, and biochemical warfare, and considerable damage would be expected. In these situations, the best defense method against ballistic missiles is the preemptive attack through indication and monitoring system now. Therefore, it is considered to rely on the nuclear umbrella and or pinpoint strike the North Korea leadership by air power. In other words, the Republic of Korea Air Force is establishing the offensive counter-air operation as like the kill chain within 30 minutes. However, in order to preemptive attack, secure targets, deliberate attack capability, and the geopolitical diplomatic approach should be prepared. As a task in short term, it is necessary to reinforce for lower tier defense system through developing of Korean version of Patriot systems like LSAM and securing to obtain PAC-3. In perspective of long terms, obtaining THAAD and SM-3 missiles for upper tier defense system should be needed. And also, the laser defense systems has been required to put through international collaboration development. Also, respectively, dualized air defense system as Army and Air Force should be integrated as command force. This means that especially KAMD, which has been establishing currently, should integrate and control air defense artillery of Air Force and the long-range ground-to-ground unit of Army. In addition, it is necessary to improve command and control system for operating Korea and U.S. combined commanding system. If necessarily, trilateral collaboration among U.S., Japan, and Korea for indication and monitor to detect by using their mechanism should be positively considered. Now the conclusions. The North Korea has made remarkable development on missile system technology recently. North Korea practically is a country which is holding ICBM and has 800 short and long-range missiles. North Korea's nuclear and missile threats have been reality to us. The South Korea is suffering now by the threat their long-range munition and missiles. As a recent example, North Korea's artillery attacks to Yeonpyeong Island and submarines torpedo attacks against the warship Cheonan. And the missile threat have been more increasing by operating mobile launcher system. Therefore, this appears to be needed for us to improve the defense and the preemptive attack capability in parallel. In short term, improve the protection capabilities of capital area of Seoul against the terminal states of missile and long-range munition attacks. In long terms, establish the integrated multi-layer defense system through supplement for upper-tier air defense capabilities. Lastly, I appreciate INSS for giving me a chance presentations, and I would like to take this opportunity to ask all of you who are experts here to consider on the South Korea's area threat that the South Korea is confronting now. Thank you very much.